Welcome to the Awesome. I'm Big Ro, and this is Marvel Strike Force. So I'm finally doing my roster tour. It's been requested many times by many people. 339 days played, and I am free to play since April of 2018. I was day one of global launch. And I know there will be doubters, so we're going to look at my order history in Google Play. As you'll see, I got the $10 Captain America pack. Then I got the Nebula $5 pack that also had power cores, and then two $5 pack of power cores, and nothing after that. Only reason I did that was to make up for Fox Next incompetence, because they put me in a beta arena shard instead of a global launch arena shard. So there was no way I was ever going to catch up to them. So I had to fight like hell to get moved to a global launch arena shard. Took 4 emails over 16 days, but they finally moved me. But then they plopped me down at like 1,500. So I bought a few extra cores to catch up to make up for their misplacement of me in arena. So after that, I haven't had to do it. So now we'll go back and take a look at my roster. First off, my profile here. Total collection power 1.72 million. Strongest team power 280k. Total characters collected 86 characters at max star rank 22. All-time arena, number 1 of course. I finished first in arena well over 50 times, and I'm coming up on 7,000 blitz wins as well. I used to blitz hardcore, not so much anymore. I'm pretty much just milestones and chill now. I got burnt out, and it's made the game fun again, not to go super hard on that because I was getting a little burnt out. Alright, let's take a look at the roster. As you'll see, there are a whole lot of red stars I have not applied. Do that for 2 reasons. Number 1, if I don't use them a lot, I only use them in blitz. Then I don't want to mess up the blitz teams, might make them unusable. And plus, the second reason is I'm keeping my collection power as low as possible to help with Alliance War matchmaking because that is coming soon. So I'll just briefly go over some of the good ones that used to be good and I used a lot, or that have potential in the future. Then we'll get down to the real ones that I use a lot. Hand Sentry, he was a big part of the arena meta for a while there. Not anymore, not after S.H.I.E.L.D. came out, but I used him quite a lot. If you didn't have him back in the day in Arena, then you weren't going to make it. He was just very strong, but he has fallen off. I only use him in Blitz and the hand event now. Thor is too slow and garbage. Hawkeye, he was one of my first 7 stars for the Iron Man event, but I don't really use him anymore. He's good, but there are many better choices. Maybe one day when Avengers get buffed. Cable has potential in the future when more mutants come out, but for now, he's not good enough. Hulk is, of course, garbage. Both snipers are garbage, as is the soldier. Mordo was good. I used him into 3-star Mystic 3-9, so that was his best thing. I can take him to 7 when I need him in the future, but he just doesn't see enough play to really put more into him. Nobu only for the hand event. Bruiser is garbage. Scarlet Witch also was a key part of the 3-starring Mystic 3-9, but I haven't really used her other than that. Yondu was part of the OG, and by OG I mean original gangsta. He was part of the OG raid team and the OG arena team that helped me take first many times, but his day is over now. I don't really use him much at all anymore. Loki, he was a big part of 3-star in the Mystic 3-9, and nothing after that. Plus, I never hit the jackpot on him. He can be pretty good. He's farmable now, so that will be a side project in the future once I finish my other main farms. AIM, all AIM is garbage, as we all know. Kingpin, very good, even on a low level, just to use his ult. I still use him in one of my most consistent blitz teams, and also I've used him in arena here and there. A lot more back in the day when you had the Kingpin and Crossbones combo, but not so much anymore. All the Hydra, also garbage. Mercenary Riot Guard, I only use him for the payday. Wolverine, unfortunately, still garbage. I still have the whopping 1,783 shards over 130. So that is a nice little piggy bank for Ultimates that I will crack open one day when I have the extra gold to do that. Gamora, I was never on the Gamora train back in the day. I always thought I was always a Crossbones man, so I went with him and paid off very well for me. And I just haven't got the red stars for her. I do use her in a Hero Brawler team, but I just need the red stars. I've gotten more red stars on the rest of my Hero Brawlers, so she's just not good. She'd also be good in a Guardians team, but without the red stars, not useful enough. And those other 5 there that I haven't promoted are my sole remaining low-level minion team I use to easily win fights and blitz. I have an old video about that. It still applies, but you'll have to play around with it because you can't apply the red stars because that will knock them up and out of the thing. But that team still works. That's why I haven't applied those red stars. Alright, on to the real roster. Star-Lord, just recently got 5 red stars on him in my last red star opening video. I have put orange mats in his ultimate. It was very good before. It hits like an absolute truck now. He's, of course, 7 yellow, 5 red, tier 12.9 is what I like to call it. It's where all you need is the unique piece there. I've got a whopping 0 out of 12. So unfortunately, he will not be seeing tier 13 anytime soon. Daredevil, I also got 5 red stars in my last opening, and I've since taken him to tier 12.9. I have not put any orange mats in him yet. None of them jump out at me as amazing. I might put it in his ultimate or his basic. We shall see. Nick Fury, I have pulled 7 red stars for him a while back, but the event has not come back because they keep delaying it. He is also tier 12.9. He'll be an absolute monster once that finally comes. I put orange mats in his passive and his ultimate. He is very good now and will only get better. If I could have picked where I got my 7 red stars, I probably would have put on a character I find more fun, but I cannot complain. He is still one of the best characters and will help out my alliance in raids and alliance war. Black Panther, one of my favorite characters, 7 yellow, 4 red. I put orange mats in his passive and then his basic, which is a kind of an odd choice, but I was back when I was trying to 3-star Mystic 3-9 and I wanted every advantage I could get. And also, it helps out to get the kill, so you can get him rolling with the train. Still waiting for Okoye to come out. He'll be much more awesome then, but I still use him in Hero Brawlers with Miss Marvel, who we'll be getting to in a while. Spider-Man, 7 yellow, 4 red. Also, close to tier 12.9, but didn't quite get there. A few of his abilities are good to use orange mats on, but I haven't yet, just because I've been using them on other ones. I might do his basic, or his ultimate, or his passive. But I'm probably going to wait till I get more red stars on him if I do, and then it would be worth it more, because you got to follow the red stars. Iron Fist, 7 yellow, 4 red. I put orange mats in his passive. He's very good, and he will be one of the next I'm taking to tier 12.9. It's just I got those 5 red stars, so I've been focusing on them. Plus, Kree farming that, and my shield team getting them up. Rocket Raccoon, one of my favorites, only gotten the 2 red stars on him, unfortunately. I put orange mats in his ultimate, but he is tier 12.9. Only 3, and I completely forgot on Fury. That's actually my closest to tier 13. I've gotten 7 of those, so I only need 5 more. So he will most likely be my first to tier 13. But it's still a long ways before I get into the Fear of the Darkness. Then we got Shield Security. Orange mats on his special because it's a double nuke. It's disgusting. He's at 12.9. But I've only gotten 2 red stars. Hopefully we can get him to at least 4 red stars next time. Alright, Captain America. He is tier 12. He was part of the OG Raid and Arena team. I hardly use him at all anymore, unfortunately, just in Blitz and maybe as a sacrifice team in some of the harder raids. Which sucks, but his time is over until they buff Avengers. Crossbones, he was part of the OG Arena team back in the day. He was one of my favorite characters. I thought I was going to put orange ability mats in his detonate, but I just really stopped using him. Plus, I've only gotten the 3 red stars on him, so not so much anymore. He's just good for Blitz right now, and the odd raid thing when I just need to throw some damage at him. Then you've got Deadpool. I use him in my Hero Brother team in Blitz and sometimes raids. He's very good against any team with a lot of debuffs, so he's really good against Brotherhood, but he's still kind of squishy, so he can get bursted down before he has a chance to heal from those debuffs. Thanos, very good for feeding energy to my boy Rocket Raccoon. So I use him a lot in Cosmic lanes and the event raids. Didn't quite get him to 7 stars when they were doing the raid, so I'm just going to have to hope for a drop or a couple good drops on him to get him to 7 stars. Still, I think he has like 145k hit points, which is very good. You do need someone with him to give him defense up to make him a really good tank, though. Iron Man, he was my first 7-star legendary. I used to use him quite a bit in Arena situationally. He was very good against things that were stealthed, and I still use him in the odd raid here, but mostly he's Blitz these days. Then you have Night Nurse. She was part of the OG raid team, was very good back in the day, but now she's pretty much irrelevant. They have made her that way by adding all the other healers and making it so you can't use her. I did make her level 70 in tier 12, so that's a whole lot of resources into her that I can't get back, but hey, she served her purpose back in the day. Vision used to be a huge part of the Arena meta, still see some play, but not as much as he used to. Very good in raids. I use him a lot with tech teams to give him that defense up for the first 2 turns. He's very good for that. His basic is probably one of the best uses of orange ability mats for him. I haven't used them on him though. Maybe once I get him to 7 and I have a pretty good stockpile of them, I might do that. Quake was part of the OG Raid and Arena team. Won me a lot of fights. Did very well in a lot of raids. Doesn't see much use these days. Just the odd raid and in Blitz. Drax, very good in raids when you need to draw the fire in that very first turn so you can get stuff off. He was also a big part of countering Brotherhood and Arena, but Foxnex took care of that by buffing Magneto, so he isn't good for that anymore. I hope I can get some more red stars on him. I'd use him more. He's also good in Guardians. So he's still pretty useful in a lot of areas. He's just going to need the red stars, personally, from me. But other people with more red stars, he might see more use. Jessica Jones, I neglected her for the longest time. I'm finally putting stuff into her level. Okay, that sounded dirty. All right, let's do that over. Then Jessica Jones, I neglected her for the longest time, but now I'm finally putting resources into her and it's paying off. She's very good against Brotherhood, who is dominating arenas now. So she's level 70, still only tier 9, but 4 red stars. I'm going to be investing heavily into her because I need to make another countering Brotherhood in arena video because they buff Magneto very soon after I release the last one, so I got to change up the teams. I'm trying to find some good counters to them again. But Jessica Jones, very good. Also, Defender's good and all kinds of other things in raids and for the block party. So Jessica Jones, very good investment. Doctor Strange, still situational. I used to use him in Arena to flip Black Widow's speed up. So he saw a lot of use back then. Not so much anymore. I hardly use him anymore. So I've stopped doing anything with him. Shield Medic, of course, part of the Shield Fury team. Wish I could get some more red stars on her, but she'll be the next shield one I max out. Miss Marvel, one of my favorite characters, teams up with Black Panther, and also in the Hero Brawler raid team that I use. She's seeing a whole lot of use. I'm finally going to get her to 7 stars soon. I want at least to get her to 4 red stars so she can just beat them down. And then I'll take her tier 12. And if Okoye ever comes out, been waiting for her for months, that trio will be absolutely amazing and tons of fun. Still can't wait for that. Shield Operative, part of the Shield Fury team. Very good. Actually, she is very key to it because she steals that. Even though she's stealing the taunt, which can suck because it puts on your Fury, it still gets rid of it so then you can move on and hit your targets that you need to. Punisher, I'm finally putting more into him. Once I got him to 7 stars, it's definitely paying off against Brotherhood. That extra damage against villains is amazing. If I get more red stars for him, I'll be very happy. Black Widow was part of the OG raid and arena team back in the day. I still don't have her to 6 stars because they haven't made her farmable for some insane reason. Maybe they'll put her in the Alliance War store. I don't know. But she still sees use here and there, but she's mostly just blitz these days. She used to be top tier, though. Shield Assault, of course, part of the Shield Fury team. I put a orange ability mats in her passive for that extra crit for everyone. And I forgot, I've been trying to say all the orange ability mats. I also put orange ability mats in the Shield Medic and Miss Marvel as well for her passive, because that is huge on Miss Marvel, getting her passive to get the 100% assist every time. It makes a world of difference. And Spider-Man Miles, I took him up to see if I could use him in the raid Hero Brawler team. He's just not good enough, and here's the reason why. The Web Blast has way too much of an energy cost to keep up. It's good, so you can just sub him in for a fight or two, but he can't really take you all the way, unfortunately, just because his energy costs are too high. Maybe once I get him up higher to 7, he might pay off more, and maybe if I get more of a Spider-Verse team, but for now, he's not doing much. Luke Cage, my nemesis. I've probably got more shards for him than anyone in Orbs. I still only have him down at tier 8, 62, because most of the time there's a better choice than him. Most of the time I just throw Miss Marvel in there instead of him just to kill things faster, and it's good enough. I use him sparingly, like when it's a defender only node, then I have to use him. And I do have to give him props that he did help me one-shot the Ultimus boss node in the Ultimus 6 raid. He lived long enough to let me one-shot it. Of course, then the next time I tried it, he got like 2-shotted. So I was like, that's the Luke Cage I know. So yeah, I don't see me putting any more into him for a while, if ever. Alright, the Kree just got buffed. I am farming them up, trying to get them up to 7. I don't know if I'll get them there before the Fury event finally comes back, now that we know it's coming back on March 20. I have not done much with them. They're just 664, level 60, tier 9. He's ready to go because he comes from Blitz. I still have to play around with them a lot to see how well they do. Outside of that, I'm still only just using them for Fury now because I need to bring Ronin up, but I don't have the resources for that to really make the team shine. I have been using them in Blitz with Korath, and then Noble, Reaper, Royal Guard, and Cyborg. Works pretty good. They do a lot more damage than they used to. They're still kind of slow, and of course meta teams are still going to destroy them. Groot, I mostly use him to buff up Rocket Raccoon's damage, and then have an extra taunt in there when you use Rocket Special. But after his buff, I'm testing him out. He might work out well in other ways. You'll have to wait for a future video for that to see that. But he might solve a problem that I am having, but we'll see. Alright, so not much on the other ones. Korath, I've always liked him. He's just like, he needs like a little more to really get into the better, higher tiers. So that's why I've kept him down at 6. But I'm pretty close to getting to tier 7 of Payday. I just have to bring the Mercenary Lieutenant up there. I just have to farm him. But all my energy is going to Kree and Shield. So we'll see. It'll probably be next time around there. So that's up. What's up with Bullseye too? He's just there for Payday. I don't really use him in much of anything else. Mercenary Lieutenant was always known as Black Widow Light. It is nice given the speed up and the offense up, but I still don't really use him. That's why you see he's only level 58 still. So I just use him for Payday pretty much. Ant-Man and Wasp, I only brought them up for that event that came around last time to get those nice ABCs. I need more red stars on Wasp and more yellow stars to even think about using her in anything. So yeah, they're crap. Brotherhood I have not done much with. That's part of being free to play. You have to pick what you're going to focus on. You can't get the newest, hottest thing. As you'll see down lower, I still haven't unlocked Magneto because I don't have my Brotherhood guys starred up enough. But that is okay. That is part of being free to play. You can't get the newest, hottest thing. You have to wait till the 3rd or 4th run usually. But I'm still competitive and everything. I'm still top 20 at worst in my arena every day. Most of the time, I get up to 10 if I can fight up in time. And we're usually we have been in the top 10 of the raid season leaderboard. We're falling off a little bit now just because these event raids are ridiculous now, but I can pretty much contribute and do everything I need to do in the game as free to play. But you do have to focus on arena to get those power cores to keep you going. Winter Soldier, I don't use him at all. Maybe with this new military trait in our Alliance War, we'll see. But for now, I don't touch him. All the hand, I only use them for the hand event. Pyro is very good, as I've found out, fighting against him in arena. So one day, I will bring him up. Storm is good for a mega nuke once you charge her up in raids. She has potential in the future when more X-Men come out, when there's more synergy from that. Shield Trooper I haven't put anything into. I've just been doing the other 4 minions for Shield. One day I'll bring him up. But once again, I haven't gotten the red stars for him. So he's not a priority. Juggernaut, he's close to 7. But he's not getting touched until I go after Magneto. War Machine. Funny story about War Machine. I had 20 War Initiative orbs. I was waiting to open them in one of my opening videos. The day I was going to do the video, they disappeared. So I messaged support and they said, well, we checked your account and they're still there. So when the event comes back, you can open them. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, my War Machine might be higher than that. But allegedly you'll be able to get him in the Alliance War store. So maybe I'll put more into him then. If they buff the Avengers one day, he might come in very handy. Plus he has the military trait, so he can be good with that. Mantis I didn't go hard for, and now she's being outshined already by Minerva. So it sucks to the people that went very hard for her. She's still good though. But she's not a priority for me. Scientist Supreme. Pretty much the rest of these guys are nothing special. Venom, I have him close to 7 stars now. One day, I'll play around with him. He can be good in Brotherhood because of all the extra bleeds and debuffs. Sabretooth can be really nasty. I've fought against some really tough ones. But he just needs to be more available. Ronan, I will be taking up when I have the resources. He looks to be very good. I've seen people do very well using him in the new buffed Kree team. Ultimus I'm close to unlocking. Probably if I did those Wolverine shards, I could unlock him. But until they buff him, he's not really worth it. Carnage, I probably won't unlock because I'm not going hard on either one. I've seen him do some nasty things, but you would have had to buy the offers to get him up high enough and get decent red stars. But I'm free to play, so I'm not going to worry about him for a while. Minerva, I am saving all my orbs to open them all at once when I do a big opening, so I'll unlock her then. But I've seen a lot of amazing things she can do, so she is definitely worth it. I haven't gotten any red stars for her, which kind of sucks, but we'll see in the future. Magneto, still haven't unlocked him. Captain Marvel, big thank you to Widowmaker, will be unlocked by everyone now. They are doing it in the calendar thing, not all 100 at once, so that's not as good as it could be, but we're still getting her for free, so we can't complain. And of course, Ultron, when I do a roster review or a roster tour in 2 years from now and I finally have him unlocked, then we can check him out. Alright, that's going to do it. That is my roster tour of 339 days. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the Strike Force Masters of Launch podcast. I do it every week with my buddy Chewburger84. This past week he was out sick, so Hebrew Hammer stepped up at the last minutes with short notice and joined me. We talked about Captain Marvel and how good she's going to be and all kinds of other fun stuff, so check that out. Link is in the description. And until next time, stay tuned and stay awesome.